The wrestling business is very weird, and it's very awesome too. I would have probably found my way here eventually, but when it happened, how it happened, it was just by luck.
You're 62 years old.
Yeah.
You look incredible.
Thanks. That's the secret.
Do you want to wrestle into your 70s?
I want to do it while I can, and while I'm still having fun.
Do you want one more wrestling storyline?
It might be coming. The claim is no longer, and I need to do something.
Another run at a singles title?
No, I'm not a singles guy.
What does your career look like without DX?
Whoa. Is Brian in this equation?
I would think so.
We'd have been fine. We put him over the top.
So then what's Billy Gunn without the New Age Outlaws?
Just a good guy that could work with anybody.
What is the biggest difference in the business now versus 30 years ago?
It's all about moves now.
What do you think that's a product of?
Part of me wants to say Chris
No.
Van Vliet and Billy Gunn. Take one.
I'm keeping that in there. I'm keeping that
Okay.
in. Man, it's so good to see you.
It's always good to see you.
Man.
As I told you the other day when you called me, one of my most favorite people, and that's nWo shish kebab.
Really?
You are one of my, because you know why? And I'm not just because I do your show. I tell that to everybody that I talk to or that does stuff. I said, you're like very genuine. Like, and when we do these conversations, I don't even call it to me, they're just conversations.
Yeah.
They just happen to be recorded and you get a lot of plug off of it mainly because it's me. But
It's true.
But it's just it's very intelligent. It's stress-free. We just kind of shoot the breeze and you'll throw some stuff and we kind of go along and they're very good. So I want to start this off because I know I already asked you, but I want to start this off because I thought it was really cool and I want to know how cool it was for you. How was the Steve conversation?
Oh, I love that you're the interviewer now. That was so cool. So like
Yes.
Stone Cold was at the top of my list for a long time.
So that's my second thing. How is he on the bucket list of people to do? He had to be.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you got to go to his house.
That was the thing. And it's not just his house, it's the Broken Skull Ranch.
yeah, the whole compound deal. Right.
Unbelievable. So
Good.
like, yes. So like not only is it Stone Cold, not only is it our first long form interview, but it's at his Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah.
And he's like touring me around, like showing me the whole place. Like we're trying to figure out a place to record.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole time he's like, oh, yeah, it's the horse barn over there. And yeah, we can do it in the guest house. And I'm like, this is great. There's the pond. There's a horse. It was so cool.
Yes.
We decided to do it in his garage, which
Yes.
was also just,
Yeah. He
So
is
cool.
so awesome.
yes.
He really is.
And he's everything you want him to be. Like
Yes.
he's the same person on camera that he is off camera. He's Stone
Yes.
Cold Steve Austin.
He is. And he's such a good dude. And he's so like, and for just watching and him be in his element and you being able to just kind of, it kind of gives you a different feel of him. You know what I mean? You gotta, everything he's doing, because I know he's into this scooter, not scooters,
Kawasaki. Yeah.
quads or
Yeah.
run side by sides, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
But I know he's big into that right now. And just like, it was good.
I just feel like, I had about an hour with him, a little over an hour, but I could have talked to him for like 16 more and still just be scratching the surface of his career.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a tough part about it, is like narrowing it down. Like, what are we going to talk about
right.
for
What
this
is-
one?
Yeah.
Knowing I may never do it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But thank you
Okay.
for asking.
Yeah, no. I want, like, those are the kind of things. I know I asked you over the phone just because I was curious, because I know it's cool to talk to him. It really is. From what he's done, like I think a lot of people get lost that it was just him in the Attitude Era, but it wasn't, dude. He was good way before that.
Mhm.
He was good. Just never got for some reason, just never got the notoriety of what he really should have done. Because he had some matches with Steamboat that were unreal. He literally can work with anybody. But then I guess it would just be the wrestling business, right? You kind of have that thing and you're good. I feel that's maybe not to that level of what he was, but kind of the same for me. It was kind of, you do the smoking guns thing and then you find the New Age Outlaws and go through the roof.
Yeah.
And for him, it was that, Stunning Steve or whatever, the WCW stuff and all that stuff. And then even before that, and then he hits the Attitude Era and just becomes ultra mega cool.
And there's that promo that he does in ECW that I think everyone goes back to of like, that's the moment. Like he still has the long hair, but he feels like Stone Cold in that moment.
Yes. Yeah. And I've only seen bits and I know of the promo and I've kind of heard bits and pieces, but he kind of was in it right there a little bit, just being able to have a direction and just kind of being mad at everything and just being able to rifle off stuff is pretty good.
But that's so interesting. Like that is the wrestling business, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could be the right person at the wrong time or the right person with the wrong gimmick. Yeah. And it just never ends up going anywhere.
Yeah. Because it was the same way that launched my career. And I say it all the time, there is no reason I should be here. I mean, I would have probably found my way here eventually, but when it happened, how it happened, it was just by luck. We happened to be shown up at the right show, right when they fired somebody. They needed us. We were there. It's almost like, hey, I want to read a book. Okay, this is I'm going to read this one. So it was kind of the same thing with us and me and Bart's career. It was, hey, we showed up. Hello, we just want to watch a show. We're just guys that, don't know anything, but we're going to watch the show. And hey, we just fired. Hey, who? Oh, those guys look cool. Let's hire them.
But it's not like for you and Brian, for you and Road Dogg, it's not like you guys were this established tag team that was like making a name for themselves. Right. It was like, hey, you're not doing anything and you're not doing anything. Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Hey, let's put both not happening people together and see if we can make a better, bigger pile of poo. But yeah, yes, the wrestling business is very weird and it's very awesome too. And nowadays, it's just, I think people get in such a hurry that they don't, because the question I get all the time, even when I'm coaching or whatever is, hey, so how long did it take? How long did it take to establish character? How long did it take for you to know that you were good? How long did it take? I go, I don't think I'm good now. So I don't know where to go with that. Or, it takes a long time, but now it's just instant gratification for everything we do, right? I don't want to take time to get to this move when I can just jump and land on my head. Mm-hmm. Like I just think that's where we're kind of falling short of what's the next crop? Where is the next guy's coming from? Even for us or the other company, we're invested in the ones that are hot right now, but we have to have backups because you never know. And yes, talking about the wrestling, they could just pop out. Like they could just, you know what I mean? They could just but you always kind of want to have something in your pocket that you can pull out if a Roman Reigns goes down, a CM Punk, a Will Ospreay, John Moxley, MJF, if they go down, which they will, like it's not a thing that you want, but it's just when giant guys are landing on each other, things are bound to give.
Yeah.
And you just wonder, okay, who do we back that up with? So, but I mean, everything looks okay on both ends right now. So what do I know?
What do you know?
What do I know? What do I know anyway?
Look, I want to pay you that compliment back. Like you are such a ball of energy, a ball of positivity. You're always smiling. I love it. I love sitting down with you for these. I would have you on every month if I could.
That's what's a buddy of ours goes, are you the most person that Chris has had on the show? I said, no, because I've already asked him that question the last time. I said it's Ziggler. He wins that. But yeah, it's just they're just fun to do,
You're 62 years old.
Yeah.
You look incredible.
Thanks.
And this is the thing. You don't just look like you're in great shape at 62. You're in great shape, period.
Yeah. So here comes my Titan medical plug. I am now, because, we need, and everybody's going to take this the wrong way, and it's what it is. You know what I mean? It's everybody has their opinion, but you need help in longevity, help in health, help in nutrition, help in your fitness, and I have all that. And Titan Medical they're one of the leading peptide companies in out of Tampa that had just made me an ambassador or whatever, a sponsored athlete. I don't know, whatever you call somebody that just,
This is Michael Hearn's company, right?
So it's not Mike's company. Mike is also a me. Like Mike did it first. And then I jumped on board because it's just trying to when you work or do what I do at a level that I do, am I, according to that guy, am I, WrestleMania 5-star guy? No, I'm not anymore. And I know that. And I've never once said that I was, right? But there's still a part of me that loves to do this. I love to I do. And it's not for egotistical things. It's not for any of that. It's because I genuinely love what I do. And I work for 1FW, which is QT Marshall's company. It's a Georgia company. We just had a huge show in Rome. That was awesome. Little Arn Anderson thing, because that's where he's from. And I was in, yes, I will break it here. I was in a cage. Not for long, but I was in there and I touched it. But yeah, you just and Titan Medical is one of the leading people in helping you be that way, get you through those injuries, make you feel better. Because most, and I'm not going to go on a peptide thing here, but they're naturally found in your body anyway. We're just kind of kicking them in as we get older. We're just kind of losing that, so we kick it back in gear for longevity, health, hair, whatever you need it for. And they have
what's it look like for you?
Yeah. And and they have done amazing stuff for me, and along with Mike and my training and my nutrition, which they help with everything. Right. So it's just, that's the secret. And it's not a secret. It's just wanting to put the work in. It's putting the work in. It's finding those things that help you get that, I don't want to say edge, but it gives you that youthful feeling. You know what I mean? Because I'm tore to pieces. So yes, the outside looks great, but the inside is a pile of mush, but the tears and all that stuff is just kind of finding ways, because I'm not going to get surgery I'm not going to do that. I'm too old for all that. And it would take way too long to recover. But there's things out there that you can do that help repair all that naturally, so I do that. And
is this like BPC 157?
Yes, that's exactly what
that's something.
And the
using?
TB 500 is what I do in my shoulders. And then there's a couple of other things that just help with the way your intestines work and the way that your body just functions. And it's amazing. It really is. If we can get past all the ignorance and all the craziness that is always going to be there, because it's a yes, we know why you look like that kind of a thing, which I don't read any of that nor care about it, because one, you don't know me. If you want to hang out with me for a week, please get a hold of me and come live my life for a week. And after the first day, you'll go home, because I train hard because I love it. I love to train. And now I train by myself. So I have to push through that. And I have to and like I said, I still wrestle. I wrestle 2-3 times a weekend. And yes, am I going out there and killing it? No, but I am still moving and having fun and being able to work with some of my students and work with QT and work with some of the AEW talent that I normally wouldn't get to work with. And I want to be able to hold up my end as much as possible. So that's what keeps me going. And it's fun. And I have 2 kids that think they're better than me already.
And you're in better shape than they are.
Well, Colten and Austin are getting they're there. They are. They're.
I mean, no disrespect to Colten and Austin. I love them. I'm just stating facts. Okay, you have veins popping out of your quads as you sit in front of me.
I think it's just because I have a little bit more experience under me than they do. You
got that dad muscle.
Yeah, I got that dad thing that they're chasing, that they're trying to chase down and figure out where they can.
But it's not that you not just that you look good. You have agility still in the ring. Like, you really haven't lost a step.
Well, to me, I've lost a step, but I appreciate that. I fake it very well. I fake not look, because that's one of the, like, I think it was like a few months ago, I was like getting too heavy because I was really eating and trying to put on size for some ungodly reason. I don't know why.
What do you weigh right now?
So 260.
Man,
I'm at a good, like the 260 for me right now is really good. Like a little bit, I could be 255 and be okay. But anything over that, I start getting like, I feel it. Like I know the minute I start gaining weight because I can instantly feel it. And I know what I can do and what my body feels like. But it's 260 is good. And I was doing something, and it felt like everything I would run, I was leaving my feet behind me, and it was driving me absolutely batty. I was like, okay, this isn't a thing. So now I'm in class running spots and stuff with every one of the students, trying to figure, because they all move differently. So I'm trying to figure it out and just going, okay, you're too heavy and you're just being sluggish and you're being lazy. So I dropped some weight and now I feel amazing. I feel good.
Do you want to wrestle into your 70s?
I don't. I want to do it while I can, and while I'm still having fun. Like I said, every time, I mean, you can ask my wife she hates watching me because I'm just such a goof. I'm such a goof because I don't have any stress anymore. There's no stress for me to go out there and have everybody go, oh, watch, this is going to be unbelievable wrestling match. That's not. They're going to go, we're about to have so much fun and be interactive in what we do, because that's what he does. So that's what I'm doing. Do I want to work? No, I don't want to work until I'm 70, but I mean, is it possible? Sure, anything's possible.
Sure looks like it's possible.
But I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of slowing down a little. I think it's because the gym is taking over my life.
The playoff push is heating up for basketball and hockey, and the baseball season is in full swing. See what I did there? Swing. And there's no better way to cash in on the action than Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. Every bucket, every dime, and every win means more when you're playing on Prize Picks. And with their brand new Team Picks market, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals on top of the player picks you already know. Pick the winner straight up on Prize Picks. Who's going to win the next big basketball game? Who's going to win the fight? Back your takes with real money. Download the Prize Picks app today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 bonus credit in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup with the code INSIGHT. That's code INSIGHT to get $50 bonus credit in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
You seem as passionate now about the gym as your passion was about wrestling maybe 25 years ago.
I do. And this is it. It's because I've actually started to make it a priority. Because back in the day, I didn't know nothing about lifting weights. I didn't care. I had, like, it was almost unfair because I could eat anything I wanted and still kind of not look like this, but I could.
But look like that.
Yeah, but I could still look okay. And then I could go in the gym and just look at weights and be, hey, there I am. That's it. We're here. But when I started to kind of dive in and kind of start taking it a little bit more serious and going, okay, what will my body react to? Like more weight and less reps, or more volume? Like what does my training split look like? 5 days on, 2 days off, or 6 days training the same body part twice a week? There's all these things, and I'm going, wow, that's a lot of stuff to do. And I can only do this a little bit at a time. It's the same as wrestling. This doesn't come overnight. Sure, I can teach you how to do moves. Doesn't mean you're a wrestler, for God's sakes, right? And just because I lift weights doesn't mean that I'm going to look a certain way or be a bodybuilder. So now you start reaching out to people, Mike, for example. Furlan Bailey's another one, a coach in Florida that I deal with. But it's kind of getting with them, kind of giving them a layout of what I do, and then getting my nutrition on track, and then it's playing with different foods and seeing, okay, what digests good, what works for you, what puts on size, what takes off size, what stimulates you the most, or what can you do with this the most. So, and all that, again, doesn't come overnight. Now you're tracking everything. You're kind of keeping more of a mental note when you eat something. Like I know people, we just eat and go, right? We don't think about it. The only thing we think about is what steakhouse I'm going to. That is it. So it's starting to eat. And okay, what does this feel like after an hour or so of me eating this? How does my body feel? Like, am I starting to get hungry again in 2 hours? Okay, if that's so, this process is good. Mental block, write it down, whatever. This is what I can do here. This is what I can do. So it's finding all these foods and just taking more of a priority in that, and then playing. And then it's, once my nutrition is on track, is okay, what is the best training for me? How am I going to utilize? Yes, I'm not I'm a wrestler at first, or a sports entertainer, whatever we're calling me these days. Like, that's my first priority. So me being all big and muscular isn't going to help with that, but I still want to be kind of close to that in that realm. So it's, what can I do to look my best at where I'm at?
You look great.
Thank you.
What does it look like right now? What does training look like specifically?
So my training now is, I just stopped my 6-day split. So I went back to the 5 days so I could have 2 days off. I just took, about 2 weeks ago, I had to take a week off. But for me to take a week off, the gym has to happen here first. And then because I was playing catch up with my body. Like, I was really aching and I was hurting, but I said, every morning I'd just go to the gym and start. No, it'll go away. Sure, it goes away, but it comes right back because I'm not recovering as fast. So I have to put the brakes on that and realize, hey, I'm just spinning my wheels. I need to take a week off, but that takes a couple of days of mental preparation and my wife telling me, and then I'm go to her and go, hey, I'm going to take a week off. She goes, okay.
This is the best kind of addiction you could have, right?
It is, very much so. Very much so. It is, because it keeps me away from all of the really bad ones, and it's super interesting if you're into that, and I happen to be into it, and I'm really into it.
Do you want one more wrestling storyline you could really sink your teeth into?
So it might be coming. Not sure. We're kind of just dabbling in the waters to play with it just a little bit. I think it's more, I have 2 students that they look amazing. Can they do it on their own? Sure they can. But being as we just did that, like, not just, but the Acclaim and everything is no longer. So what do I need to do? And I need to do something, right? And it's not just, I could go back with the kids and stuff, but I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know, again, that's a Tony decision. I'll do whatever, but I don't know if that's a good mix again. So, like, I'm not one to stay idle. So it's kind of, let's come up with something else. Okay, so let's take these 2 kids. Let me kind of do the same thing, because they lift weight. They're gigantic, and so it all kind of blends together. Now it's kind of cool, because now it's in the rebuilding process. It's taking, how does Billy Gunn fit with Brady and Elijah? How does that look? What does that look like? Do I wrestle with them, or am I just a mentor, or is it all put together? So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and we'll see if that's a thing or not.
So, like, maybe one more.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be nice. I would be okay with that.
Do you want another run at a singles title?
No, I'm not a singles guy. And I know that, and I've always known that. Plus, I really don't have the air for that anymore. I just being older and stuff. I guess it's because I don't really put an effort into that because it's not something I want to do. I feed better off of more chaos, and I can work better like that than I can working on my own. Can I direct a little better? Yeah, I can direct a little bit, but I can also direct in tags or trios or whatever that looks like as well. I'm always been a tag guy because I love the structure of how to get all these pieces together and put it together so it makes something good. Yeah, singles, negative.
I got to tell you this, it's ridiculous, but my friends and I have this thing where we take names and we make syllables of them so the names sound just as silly as possible. So I'll give you an example. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, I called him the Patriotic Bad Dream. The Big Show is the Large Program. And you, my friend, Badass Billy Gunn, is Evil Anus William Firearm.
That's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah, but it works.
I just needed to tell you to your face.
No, it's okay. In case I came across it on Instagram or something.
I just needed to tell you to your face because it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
As wrestling fans, we've been hearing a lot about VPNs these days, and it's true. You can access content that's available in other countries, but might not be available where you live, or maybe it's available at a fraction of the cost in those other places. NordVPN is my go-to. With just a few clicks, you can change your virtual location, which allows you to get access to that content as if you live there. On top of that, they've got your back when it comes to security. When I'm traveling, I'm logging into public Wi-Fi at a hotel or at an airport, and NordVPN gives me peace of mind knowing that I'm protected from hackers who might be trying to steal my personal information. You can use it on any device like your phone, your laptop, your tablet, and it's lightning fast. So if you want to check out NordVPN, head to nordvpn.com/CVV and you can access our exclusive deal, which gives you a huge discount plus 4 extra months. And there's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So give it a try. That's nordvpn.com/CVV or check out the link down below.
When we were talking earlier about this thing happens at the right time and you've got magic. What does your career look like without DX?
Whoa. Just probably, is Brian in this equation?
I would think so.
Is the New Age Outlaws still a thing without DX?
It may be.
Yeah, we'd have been fine.
Okay.
We were hot.
Okay.
We were hot. We were okay. You know, I'm not saying that didn't help. But we were okay because we would have been fine by ourselves as well. Because I think that's the part that we fit DX the best is because we were almost the same as those two, you know, as Hunter and Sean, just not as much stroke as they had, but we were having more fun because we had none of that. Right. And we were just the Wild West, and we could do whatever we wanted to do. We had no reins or nothing. It was, you know, do what you do best. And it was just feed off of each other. That's it. And everybody jumped on board because it was cool. I mean, I'm not going to candy coat that in any form because we were good. You know what I mean? Because we had it all. We had the entrance. We could work when we needed to, and we could gel with anybody. And yeah, we would have been fine. Would we be? And yes, DX helped because they were so established at the time, but we kind of put them over the top.
So then what's Billy Gunn without the New Age Outlaws?
He's just a good guy that could work with anybody, I think. Because I feed well off of other people. You know, me and Bart had our thing. Me and Brian had our thing. Me and Chuck had our thing. Me and Big Show had a thing. Me and Bob had a thing. Because it was all like I thrive off of other people's ideas. I'm not the one. Sometimes I get a little sticky if I really think something needs to stick, but I'm not too hard-headed that I don't listen. and understand, okay, back up. Your way isn't the best way here. And it never is. That's also the beauty of wrestling. When I sit with my kids and we go over stuff, it is so much fun because you're listening to younger kids give their ideas. And then you have dad, who's literally done it all, ideas, and you blend all that stuff together, and it makes for great stuff to happen. It really does. And I feel we're not, like, a lot of the way they plan stuff isn't like that. It's not, and it could be, I could be wrong, right? But I feel there, like, if we were to sit down and just start throwing, because when I know we're wrestling somebody or doing something, say for instance, when me and Austin worked the Kyle and Takeshna, which was awesome, by the way, and it was a lot of fun. But please just look at it for what it was. It was me getting to work with my son again on national TV. But it's, okay, here's the layout. What do we do with it? Because I always want to come, because I hate when we all sit around and go, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
That's you know what I mean? So you come in and go, okay, Austin's going to start. I'll come in. I'll be more the hard ass. We'll kind of trade a little something or do this. And then let's run from there. And then you'd be amazed at how good this gets, because now you have a foundation, right? We have a canvas, and now I throw some paint on it, and now everybody else is throwing their paint on it. And pretty soon you have who's famous painter?
Picasso.
You have a Picasso. You know what I mean? And that's the fun part of putting stuff together. That's what's so exciting about wrestling, is being able to do that, is just throw something out there. Here's the base. And we probably can get all the way away from the base, but at least it's a starting point where you would be amazed at how everybody just perks up and goes, hey, what if we go here and here? And you see the excitement and everybody's starting to throw their stuff in there. And that's what's exciting.
I feel like you are the epitome. You are the human embodiment of, we don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. Like, the fact that you're still doing it is what keeps you so youthful.
Yes, it is. It is. Because if I were to just quit and play golf all the time, I'd be miserable. Because then my brain doesn't function. All I have to do is swing a club. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to swing a club, but it's just, that's what keeps me young, is my kids and being able to work with other kids that are in this business that have a passion to do it as well.
What do you think of this discussion that goes on in wrestling so often of, like, what was the better all-time faction, DX or the nWo?
It's people's opinion. It's, and you can have one of those, right? And everybody, it's not one, like, it's like, of course I say DX is number one, right?
You might be a little biased.
Yes. And then, Kevin's going to say nWo, and they were both, let's put it, they were both super impact. There's literally, I don't think, even as today, there's not one wrestling person that doesn't know what each one of those are.
Yes.
There's not.
Yeah.
Because it was so impactful and it was so good. I think, and I know the only thing that hurt the nWo is they just started like, it was so good, and then everybody jumped on, to where DX was so good and you couldn't get on board with, I don't care if you had a golden ticket from Willy Wonka, you weren't getting on that ride.
Do you know how many members nWo had in total?
Probably 97.
You're close. Reverse those numbers and you're
79.
79 members.
Yeah. See, because they just let it go. They it was so good. And then they just, like, nobody had control of that. You know what I mean? To where Hunter was super specific about, that's not a thing.
How many total members did DX have?
So it was Sean and Hunter, and then Chyna, and Rick Rude was in it at once. Then Kid, me, and Brian.
Hornswoggle?
No, we don't. No, that was a...
Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah, he can't say I was a part of DX.
He says he's the official mascot.
No, he's not anything.
What?
He's no.
He's nothing?
He's nothing. He got to dress up one day. It's like my kids when they dressed up for show and tell as their dad. You're not me. You're like, and you don't get to say you're me.
So that was it. The 7 members.
So I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know what I
Wow.
mean? And then there's some people that say the Four Horsemen were the best faction of all time. I mess with Tully all the time. I go, hey, how's it feel to be like the third best? But yeah, it's just a matter of opinion. It's a matter. I feel we had just as much of an impact as they did. I feel they got their impact because they were kind of the guys that just took their ball and went to WCW, which was great at the time.
Yeah.
For them, that was amazing. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from it, you know. But we were both super impactful together.
What's the career highlight for you? You've done it all, like you said, but what's the one moment that you're most proud of?
Working with my kids, above anything and above all, is being able to work with my kids. Like that, there's like I get all like weird. I don't know. I get all weird when I talk because it was so good, and it was so. I don't know. I can't explain it because if you're a parent,
Yeah,
right?
2 kids,
and
yeah.
every time they do something, it's like, that's the most amazing thing. And then they do something else and you go, that's the most amazing thing. And my kids were awesome. They really were. They were just amazing kids, great in school, go to college, do all that stuff. But then when Austin did it, it was one thing. And then Colten doing it, and then being able to be in the ring and work next to them while I yell at them, when they're working, and them going, "Dad, stop it. There's nothing that tops that. There really isn't. I wish there was, but it ain't getting better than that."
I know Austin wanted to be a wrestler from the jump.
Yeah.
How did you get Colten into this?
So I didn't do it. He did it on his own. So Austin did the whole, went to Cody when Cody was still there and asked him if he could have a tryout because he was doing some stuff with ROH when they were there, and that just kind of fell through. So he wanted to get a job at AEW because I was there, and I went, well, don't look at me. I ain't that guy. You know that. So he did, like, they literally did it on their own. He went to Cody and said, hey, I'd like to try out. Went to talk to Tony. They said, yeah. He had a tryout, and then you can't not, as much as I'd like for them not to be good, you can't, the energy that he has and the at the time, how young he was, and you could see he's only going to get better. How do you not hire him? Like that, you would be insane if you didn't. And then we did some stuff together, and then Colten kind of was getting the replay of all that. And because he was living in California with his girlfriend, and he went to Rikishi's school on his own. He called Rikishi and goes, hey, I'd like to come to school and just kind of, if you'll just kind of run me through some stuff. The thing at the end of the day is he just didn't want to let this pass him by and him regret not ever trying, because Colten is completely the opposite of Austin. When they like to be around them off of this in this environment, Colten's super introverted, like not super introverted, super introverted. That's my wife over there. Sorry, I have to ask
The
her
wonderful
everything.
Paula.
Is Austin so out there? Like she says it all the time. He's me times 100. So if you can imagine that. And then, and then Colten is opposite of that.
Which is crazy because Colten looks just like a young Billy Gunn.
Yes.
And Austin acts like a young Billy Gunn.
There's no denying they're my kids. But yeah, he just didn't want to have that regret. And he went to Rikishi's school and he ran him around some stuff. And he goes, okay, so he had come home for a week to Orlando. We were still living there. And he goes, hey, can I talk to you? And I went, yeah. He goes, I think I want to do this. And I almost hit the floor. And I told her, and it was like, wait a second, where did, because he's the kid that has literally, since he started school in like kindergarten, had his life planned until he was 80. Like that's him. That's Colten. I'm going to go to little school, then I'm going to go to medium school, then I'm going to go to big school, then I'm going to go to bigger school, then I'm going to have a job, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to do all this, and had it all planned. And this just totally threw me for a loop. I went, oh, what did that? And then he told me what he did and everything, because he didn't want to tell me and then go do it and then something fall through. I think it was kind of not to let me down, but he could never do that. But he did it and came home, and I said, well, you have to move back to Florida because I have to train you. I'm not, you can't, as much as I love Rikishi and stuff, I'm not going to let him start without me having hands on him like I did Austin. I did the same thing with Austin, started Austin. As soon as he kind of got some groundwork to him, then we sent him here and over there, wherever he wanted to go. Luke Hawk's school, Ken Anderson's school, and let him kind of get his feet wet other places other than me. And then he did. He came back, and we had the talk. I said, well, if you do this job and you want to be successful at it, you can't be you. You're going to have to, and I feel that was our biggest struggle. That was my biggest, I guess fear would be a thing, because he's going to do all this and then he's going to stay and not have that thing that's very bland because you're not willing to put yourself out there. And about a month, we both looked at each other and went, who's that kid? Who's that? I feel this helped him in a huge way of he understood, okay, this is just something I do. This is something that I play. I'm not going to try to match Austin's energy, because you can't. There's nobody on planet Earth that can match that kind of energy and the way that he is. Because once you start trying to emulate or match or bring that much, then you can see right through it. And it's super fake, and the people know it, and then you instantly crash. But yeah, he started doing it and kind of getting out of his shell, and then he's in that group, he's like the putter together. He's the one that analyzes everything. That's what was so different about training Austin to Colten, because Austin says that he had it so easy because he never got yelled at or never got disciplined or whatever that is. And he said, Dad was so tough on me. He was so rough, because that's Austin. That's the way you have to be with him. You do. There's no, if you're a coach, the kids that you gotta like put your foot upside their head, and then the ones that you gotta kind of settle down with. And Colten was more, when you tell him something, he has to analyze it. He's an analyzer and then a doer, to where Austin's just tell me what to do. Okay. And he runs and do. But yeah, it's amazing how good that. And together, they're so good together. They feed off each other really well. They both know who they are in a sense. I mean, they're still kind of in a finding themselves, but that's just what the wrestling does. It takes a little while to find who you are and to figure out what you want to do and where you want to go.
I love how proud you are when you talk about
they are. I literally can't. I can't be in the ring and watch them anymore because they're so funny. They are so fun to watch that it's amazing. It is.
Did you know Fast Growing Trees is America's largest and most trusted online nursery with thousands of trees and plants and over 2 million happy customers? Fast Growing Trees offers all the plants that your home or yard could need. We're talking fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering trees, shrubs, and houseplants. Think of it as your local nursery, but available anywhere you live with a bigger selection than you'd find anywhere else. The best part is it's delivered straight to your door, which means you don't have to spend hours at the nursery or get soil all over your car. And every plant is backed by their Alive and Thrive guarantee, guaranteed to arrive healthy and ready to thrive in your yard. So if you're ready to get planting, this is the moment, because right now they have great deals on spring planting essentials and up to half off of select plants. And anyone who watches Insight will get 20% off their first purchase when you use the code INSIGHT at checkout. That's an additional 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com using the code INSIGHT at checkout. Now's the perfect time to plant, so let's grow together. Use Insight to save today. Offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply. For details, go to fastgrowingtrees.com.
Who's the best person you've ever been in the ring with?
Probably, although Eddie probably was one of them, because he was, even though our stuff that we did wasn't long, him, Chris Benoit, I know that's no, but it's just a fact. The intensity that he was amazing to work with. And of course, you know, Sam and Junior, the head shrinkers, because they had to take us for the first year we were there, were, you know, the patience and the way that they taught us, and they never got, you know, they never got frustrated. They knew. The cool thing was they knew what their job was to help new guys, and they did an awesome job, you know. And I mean, I like to say that everybody that I've been in the ring with is good in one way or another, because I hate picking out just one thing, because that would mean that I kind of feel like I diminish everybody else that I've been in there with. But the most significant, of course, would be Ron and Don Harris, because they're the ones that got me started. And then it would have to be the head shrinkers, because they had to teach us, and they literally taught us everything that they knew in a year, you know, that made us kind of start understanding what we were doing and understanding where we had to go and how to put stuff together and psychology and stuff, because they were stuck. They were stuck with us. So that would be the most significant part of my wrestling career.
You won the Intercontinental Championship from Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like working with him?
It was amazing. Like, it was like, there's one thing where I press him over my head and he goes, "Drop your left hand." And I went, "No, I'm not letting him drop my left." Like I didn't understand. I knew exactly what he was saying, but it wasn't comprehending. Like, I'm not going to let you go and land on your head. I'm just not. And he goes, "Let your left hand go." He's like starting to get mad at me. So I just let my left hand go, and he never moves. He stays right there. And I went, "Oh, this is awesome. He's making me look like $1 million right now." But he was just like, there's nothing that you have to worry about. Like, nothing. It's just, it flows. You just stay in the moment of where you are. And he had this knack of just going wherever we needed to go. It's not that we sat and talked about a bunch of stuff. It's just, I knew my position in that match, and I just had to listen.
I don't know if you know this or not, but WWE Vault just uploaded one of your matches from February 26th, 2004. It was a SmackDown match with Brock Lesnar. Do you remember that match?
So I do a little bit, and somebody sent it to me, and it's not bad. It's
better than not bad.
It's pretty good. Like, the people don't realize is that if he likes you, he would work with you. And and me and him always got along. He is awesome. And we had, like, I've worked him a couple times. That, I think, was one of the only times I really worked him on TV. But we would do some house shows together, and he was amazing. He really was. And he was good, because he was one that would never take over either. It was kind of like, he let me kind of put some stuff together. Then we kind of went where he wanted to go. And that's how stuff happens. You know, when lead guys, and I'm talking like the most experienced one, or the one that thinks he's got to control everything and call everything and not listen, is not how you have good things. It's, okay, this is the direction we're going. It's not working. If you have something, give it to me. Let's go. I'm super open to go there. Like, what's the worst that it doesn't work either? We just go another direction. That's the working part of what we do.
And at this point, Brock had been in WWE at maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, you're the one with experience here.
Yes. Yeah. So he was fun. Like, I tell people, he's like, if he doesn't want to go, he's not going. Like, no, as strong as I think I am, he's double that. And but he was so easy. He was fun, easy. He was move around all over, do whatever I wanted him to do, and it was amazing.
I think one of the things that people don't give Brock Lesnar enough credit for, even to this day, is how well he sells.
Yes.
Like he sells his ass off.
So the thing about him is he knows when to do it. Like there was a match with him and Roman. It was either the first time or the second time where Brock was just smoke rolling him. And I mean, beating him to death. And then out of nowhere, Roman catches him with a little something and you kind of see the tides. Like I wish I could remember which one it was because it was so amazing because now you go from a total killer to somebody that showed some vulnerability and everybody bid on it. And I mean, they bit hook, line, and sinker. And that right there tells you how good he is. Because he just doesn't come out. It's not that back and forth because he's going to beat the life because that's what people pay to see, right? And then if he feels it or they need it, then he's just so honed into that it's a masterpiece. It is literally a masterpiece of a guy that is indestructible that has a little kink in his armor. And it's like, dude, that'd give you good because it's so good. And if you don't know what you're looking for, then you need to figure that out because it's so good.
There's this one choke slam he took from The Undertaker where he jumps and he's like way over Taker's head. And then when he gets slammed down, he like flails. And I'm like, a guy that size doesn't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
But he does anyway.
Yes. Yeah. Because it's good. And it's really good.
So as you know, I've been focused a lot on my health lately, and it hit me that I should probably be putting that same energy into my dog's health too. Meet our sweet little girl, Luna. She's a 15-year-old Chiweenie rescue, but Luna does a lot of licking. Like, she will leave wet spots on the furniture from it, and I learned this is not normal dog behavior. It could actually be a sign of allergies. Just like us, dogs rely on good bacteria to support their gut and help keep their immune system calm. That's what led me to Better Wild Allergy Relief Soft Chews, designed to help support your dog's allergy defenses by strengthening digestion and restoring balance from the inside out. Powered by Ancestral Advantage Wolf probiotics and natural ingredients shown to help reduce itching while supporting gut, immune, and skin health. Luna takes them every day since Better Wild sent us some to try, and the difference has been huge. And right now, Better Wild is offering anyone who watches Insight up to 40% off your order at betterwild.com/CVV. That's betterwild.com/CVV for 40% off your order. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any animal disease or condition.
What do you think is the biggest difference you've seen in the business now versus, say, 30 years ago?
Oh, God. This is where I get laced. This is where I get... I feel it's all about moves now. I feel it's just moves. It's, Chris, you want to learn how to wrestle? Okay, I'm going to show you a bunch of moves. Okay, we have a show tonight. You want to go work it? Sure. And so what are you going to do? You're going to do everything I taught you. There's no structure to it. There's no sense to it. There's nothing. You're just doing all the moves that I taught you how to do in however long we have. So the problem is the people won't know any different, right? Other than it's the first time that they see you, but you're diving out of the ring, you're landing on your head, you're getting slammed on the apron for some ungodly reason, which seems to be a thing these days, which if they took their time and did them in the middle of the ring where they're supposed to, they get the same reaction if you do it right as they do when you get slammed on the hardest part of the ring, because now it's cool to be killed, halfway through your match. But it's just moves now to where back then it was, like there was no moves because everything was structured so good. And the storylines were so good that it's, where are the people at? Oh, The Rock comes out, or let's say Stone Cold comes out and the place goes absolutely ballistic, right? How do you get them out of the ceiling? Oh, you punch him right in his mouth and put him on the, get him down, get him to where the people don't want him. Is he going to get there? No. Does he know that? Yes, because Steve's probably not a good one because he's just such a butt beater upper. I don't want to cuss on your show.
You can say whatever you want.
A tough guy but I'm talking, so let's go The Rock. I've worked him a couple times in singles to get the people out of the ceiling so we can go somewhere to where you get a reaction. He's already got a reaction because they're already doing all this stuff. So you punch him in the mouth, right? You put him on the cell. Now the people are down here because they're going, oh, now it's, come on, right? They're just waiting. And the minute you spin him around and he pops me and I flop around like that, the people lose their mind. So now we've done really nothing but got a monster reaction because we're just playing with the people. We're taking them where I want to take them. If they're here, how much higher can they go? Nowhere. So they have to come here so I can get them back to here. So I just feel that it's just a bunch of wrestling moves now. And that's where where we're at.
What do you think that's a product of? Why is that?
Part of me wants to say that it's patience. They don't have patience to really kind of, and another thing could be times. It could be TV times, although we get, you get plenty of time on our show because we wrestle and we do long matches. So I think it's just putting the work in to get them there. It's just the patience when I can get punched and then you fall out of the ring and then I'll just run and dive on you, right? That's now I'm getting instant gratification for what I'm doing. So if I do that and I go on the other side and jump over the corner out in the people and hit the railing and hit the chair on the way down, now we have them. Well, you don't really have them. You're not doing anything except everybody telling each other, hey, I think he just died. I feel they're getting reactions messed up with what they're really doing. And that could just be the old me.
So what's a match that you would point to and go, this is my kind of match? Do you have a favorite match?
So I thought Brody King and Kyle Fletcher on our show did a great. Brody took him out of all his stuff. Like he can do, and he's good. Like those two, Kyle and Takeshita, I think are, so is Will, but I think Will's knows so much that you can't rope him in. I thought the last one that I saw that was really good like that was Brody and Kyle, because Brody literally took everything away from Kyle. Every time he tried to do something, he jerked it out from under him and never gave it to him. And then at the right moment, he let Kyle start doing his stuff. And it was amazing of what the reaction and how that match felt doing, because I literally couldn't stop watching it. It was that good.
Do you have an all-time favorite match just as a fan watching?
I think it was No Way Out, the 8-man where we had the surprise guest, which was Sabio Vega. We were just talking about this. And Sabio Vega. Ooh. Poor Sabio. And I think it was Austin. Who was it? It was Austin, Owen, somebody else, some of your higher upper echelon. But it was just, everything was done off a feel. Like and unfortunately I'm in the highlight of this thing, is the people were kind of coming out of it a little bit, and me and Austin looked at each other and I knew exactly what he was going to do at the right time as he went down and got a can and slid in, and I slid in and he slung it at me like that and it cracked me right between the eyes, and I flipped over and then the people came right back. So it's one of those things where when we worked, it was all about the feel of the people. Like it's seeing where they're at, if your heat's good, if your comeback's good. It's like, what are the people doing? Like that's who we're here to entertain is the people. Well, they ain't here to see how many wrestling moves you can do. It's about entertaining the people, which in turn, that's what makes you a star. That's what gets you over.
I've talked to a few people who were part of Brawl For All. Steve Blackman, Mark Marrow was just on the show recently. Bart Gunn was part of this. Were you ever pitched to be?
Not a chance. No way.
What take me to like how Bart was feeling after that final match with Butterbean. Do you remember?
So it was, first of all, when they put him in it, I told JR he made the biggest mistake of his life because Bart's just going to massacre everybody because they didn't know. They didn't, I knew. Go to his hometown and mention his name and watch everybody just start quivering because he was that bad. And the whole concept was whatever it was. And he was, I said, dude, this ain't going to go the way you guys are thinking it's going to go. And it didn't because he blasted everybody.
You just thought Bart Gunn was going to run through everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And he did.
Yeah. Just like I knew he would. Because I think it was a lot of because people didn't know. Like Bart's not that guy. He's so calm and collected that you just would never think something like that would come out. And he hits like a mule. Good Lord, have mercy. And
have you been hit by him?
Yes. Well, when we used to train, we would train and didn't know anything. And we would just run stuff on each other and he would throw and damn near knock me out every time he hit me. And, and I would try to knock him out, because we didn't know anything. We were just watching and then doing. And we don't know nothing about pulling punches. I mean, we kind of understood that, but we didn't know how to do it. So it was easier just to hit each other because we never complained. We don't know how to complain because we don't know what we're doing. But the thing with the Butterbean thing is it irritates him to this day. Is they sent him to learn how to box because that's what he did. And I think that was his mistake. Because with everything else in that term, he just went in there and started swinging, and hit you and then it's over. And he didn't do that. He tried to box and all it took was one shot with him because he hits hard too. There's no taking that away from him.
Butterbean has a ton of power.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to step into somebody else's world and do what they do and you have a month to train for it, isn't going to work out when you just go, hey, let me do what to get here. And if I take my chances that way.
So he might have had a better chance if he was just swinging.
100%. Yeah.
But you were not going to be part of it.
Not a chance. No.
I love that we saw a reunion in AEW with you and Rico.
Yes.
That was so fun.
Yes. It was. That's the fun thing is I've done enough with enough people that every now and then it's fun to bring them back and to see them and to kind of relive that little bit of stuff that we did.
Like I say this all the time, but nostalgia is a hell of a drug. So to see you in there with Rico, people are instantly taken to an exact moment in time.
And that's mostly all of what I do now. It's a nostalgia thing because it's the looks of the parents that bring their kids that literally sit there and go, now you get to see one of the people that I grew up with when I was your age. And now that gives them a moment. That gives them some more bonding or something to nowadays kids know me and I don't know how because I know it's the YouTube and all that other stuff. Because I have little kids that come up and they say, yeah, he says you're his favorite wrestler. I go, how? How is that a thing? But I'm their favorite wrestler from something that they've never been able to experience. But now when they come and they get to see me in the ring and have fun and do my thing and say the thing that they, used to do with all their college friends, it's a cool moment. And I understand that. And I'm okay with that. If that's the only moment they get, that's okay. There ain't none of them going, hey, we're about to see a 5-star match. And I don't care because it's not about that for me. It's about how do I make you happy? Right? How do I make you happy?
That's what it comes down to for you? That's your core idea when it comes to wrestling?
How do I make you happy? How do I make everybody in this building remember me?
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the story behind the Fameasser?
So Rich Menzer from LA is going to take credit for this, but because they said they did it with, he has a brother that he said he did it with him when he was little, and he kind of, but Marty Jannetty used to do that rocker dropper thing where he holds her hand and puts that over the heads and drops. And I went, well, that's not any good. I can jump. So, like when I was young, I could jump. So I just went, hey, how about if they just stand up? And I just do it that way. And I did it a couple times. And like the more I got used to it, the more kind of juice I could put on it. And it just became a thing.
Why is it called the Fameasser?
Because back when I was doing it as a heel, like when I hit you with it, it made you famous. Because you got beat by me.
But then it turned into Fameasser.
Yes, because then it was Mr. Ass. And then everything evolves. Like if you have something and you can kind of add to it and make it make more sense, it just makes more, like instead of being famous, right? Now you can fame ass, and then, oh, you're Mr. Ass. Oh, now they connect my finish with me a little bit more.
So as we sit here today, how is that move spelled? Is it spelled like famous, or is it spelled fame-asser?
I think the last couple of times I've seen it, it is spelled fame ass.
Okay. Well, you are Mr. Ass.
Yes.
Mr. Anus.
Yeah. Now daddy ass. And
You have-
just see how everything falls in line.
Aside from John Morrison, who's Johnny everything, you may be the wrestler who's wrestled under the most names.
Yes.
Like I have a list here
You do.
of all the names you have wrestled under. There's a lot.
There is.
Come on. Billy G, Billy Gunn, Cute Kip. These are all in alphabetical order too. Daddy Ass, Kip Gunn, Kip James, Kip Montana, Kip Sop, Kip Winchester. Who's Kip Winchester?
That was what we were with IWA right when we first started.
Mr. Ass, the G-Man, the New Age Outlaw, the Outlaw, and Rockabilly. Wow.
They're a bunch, but I feel they're all kind of the same.
Well, they're
Would you not say?
Sure, but they are different.
They are different, but they all derive from the same thing. So I think they derive from one name and they kind of just branched off. So I don't know if you can say that I've had a bunch of different names.
You've had a lot of names. You ever thought about changing your name legally to Billy Gunn?
No, never.
No? A lot of wrestlers do.
They do, but that would be a slap in my dad's face and he would come out of the ground and haunt me the rest of my natural day. And I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
So your legal name will be what it is, but everyone just calls you
Billy. My wife would divorce me if I were to do that because that would be a little too much. Then she would be gone.
I love your wife. You're the best, Paula.
I do too.
How did you guys meet?
She
sat at a
was
bar.
working as a cocktail waitress. I'm just kidding. So I was going to the airport to pick up my mother, and when I lived in Orlando, and about halfway there, her flight was delayed. It was going to be delayed like 4 or 5 hours. So there's this place called Cowboys in Orlando, a big country joint, all the Reds go to. And a bunch of my boys went there. And they said, hey, well, why don't you just come by here for a while? And I went, okay. So I stopped, and she and her friend did the exact same thing. They were going home or something and decided to stop in for a minute. And I'm telling the story. So when she came in, she saw me and went totally goo-goo over me. And
shaking her head
I
no.
I said, I'm just here to pick up my mom at the airport. I can't, I'm not looking for a relationship of any kind.
She went, who's this mountain of a man?
Yes, and good looking.
Is that
no?
Kip
That's
Sop?
not how it.
Is
that's
that
not
Rockabilly?
Yeah, that's not how it went at all. I'm just trying to be cool. No, but she came in because a lot of my friends were her friends as well, and we all just were sitting there, and then me and her just started talking, and then. She lived right down the road. So I just went and hung out with her until my mom came. And
yeah, look at you guys now. Wow. I was
And
just always
don't
curious.
think I didn't do everything under the sun to get rid of her, and not in a good way. And I mean that in the most respectful way. And she's still around. So yes, she is like my life doesn't revolve if she's not in it. That's 100, not because she's sitting here, but 100%. I'm like, I would be a disaster, a monster disaster.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. She holds everything together.
Paula, we love you. Amazing. Since we were talking about the Fameasser, I should have brought this up earlier. Your other finisher, the one and only, never gets talked about. That's a great finish.
It is. And what's his name? So I also got that from Slaughter. Slaughter did the Cobra Clutch, and then I just took it to a whole nother level, just like we all steal stuff and then go, hey, I don't want to do it like that. Let me do it my own way. Oh, yeah, I'll throw you upside down as hard as I can. Jinder Mahal used it for a little while, which was cool. Yeah. So it's not bad. I did it a little while in TNA and took Mikey Batts. If you ever see that, dude, I'm not kidding you. We're as high as his ceiling. I slung him so high, and it was just. And I took Jamie Noble for a ride with it one time. That was almost as high, but Mikey Batts went the highest. We were so we all jumped and laid out and went. It's amazing. It's actually pretty cool.
Do you think you could bring this move back? Just pepper it in here and there in an AEW match?
I mean, you could do it to AEW guys because it would be easy for them because they like to bump really hard, and it's really. I always felt it was like a super uncomfortable bump. That's why I didn't do it too much until we were in high profile where I needed a false finish somewhere because people still remembered if you give it to them. But I never, if I don't do the Fameasser, people will lose their minds. That's what.
Of course.
Hey, let's do that. Hey, that's what we came to see.
When was the last time you did the one and only? Was it TNA?
Nope.
Okay.
Where did I do it? I did it at one of our 1FW shows, I think.
Well, if you bring it out in an AEW or Ring of Honor match, people will remember this exact conversation.
Exactly. And I probably will.
I'll be watching.
Yes, probably.
I'll text you right after.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I saw it. That was awesome.
Hey, there's the thing.
Yeah.
I love hanging with you. It's
Thanks.
Always such a blast.
It's easy.
It's so easy. We just talked for an hour and 6 minutes. That just flew by.
It did.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank you for always doing this.
You know that any time that I can do this. So
thank you for being a ball of energy and just a light. You brighten up every
you have
room.
to contribute it to the red lights too. When the cameras are on, I'm a little bit more.
I remember a time where I ran into you randomly at a service station, like a rest stop on the way. I was driving from Orlando and you were driving to Orlando. We met halfway. And you just walked in, you were all business. You were looking this way, Billy, and you didn't look, Billy. And then you saw it was me and you went, and there was this instant change. And I was like, I see how it is. But that was so cool that you just light up.
I do. There's certain people, one, my wife, and two, you, that make me light up like that.
That's it.
So yeah.
I've asked you this question many times before, but it's how I end every interview because gratitude's such a huge thing for me. It's the cornerstone of my life. I wake up every day. I say out loud 3 things I'm grateful for. My wife and I do it before we go to bed. And I feel like it really just grounds you to focus on the things that you have rather than being angry about the things you don't have.
Yes.
So Billy, what are 3 things you're grateful for right now?
My wife, my kids, and probably my job.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because I still Tony still keeps me around, because I like to think it's because I'm good at it, and my wife because like I said before, I have to have there's no ifs, ands, but and my kids because they're just 2 awesome humans.
I feel like you're gonna wrestle into your 70s. Mm-hmm. Paula just said yes.
I know.
If you just did 1 match a year for the next 8 years,
that's no fun. I have to work, or else I just
okay.
Yeah, I have to, and I work every weekend, twice a weekend most of the time.
If you wrestled in your 70s, how old were you when you debuted? When you had your very first match?
Was it 25?
So 25. So 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s.
That'd be insane.
And what year did you debut in?
92.
90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. That would be 2030s. Would be 5 decades.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I want that accolade. I don't know if I want that accolade.
I think you should. I think DDP has that because he debuted in like 89.
Yeah, well, he can have it. He can have it. Oh, and don't let everybody know that now that my old good partner and friend Road Dogg is no longer working at that company, we are everywhere. We are mine and my wife's phone blew up. Just blew up.
You're at this convention where we are right now, Squared Circle Expo together.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that he might wrestle again?
No, let's not be silly.
Could the New Age Outlaws wrestle again?
No, the one of them could, if the other one just stood there and watched.
Okay.
Yes.
Could Brian just stand on the apron while you do all the stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
He could do that. He would do that. He's not, if it would, I don't even think Elon Musk has enough money to get him to come in when I'm doing that.
So you don't think that Brian will ever wrestle again?
I don't think so. I don't, it's because don't get me wrong. He loves the wrestling business, but the wrestling part is not in his.
He loves the business.
Yes. But he's not that part of it.
Not the wrestling.
Not the physical part of it. The other stuff he's magnificent at. So if you're looking to see us, we're everywhere. Everywhere. And when I say that, we're everywhere.
Except for in a wrestling ring together.
Yes, you won't see us there. You'll see me there. Not him.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.